Well, hello, everybody. Good afternoon to everyone. Hope you're enjoying it your Saturday, folks. And how could you not? We're getting some Oilers matinee afternoon action. Also, meaningful NFL football at 2:30 p.m. This is the day you hunker down inside and you do not leave your couch. Also, a great day to order some oodle noodle. But the Oilers, they're hosting the Philadelphia Flyers, the surprising in a current playoff position. Philadelphia Flyers should be a good one this afternoon. 2 for 2. Let's go. What up? Hello and welcome to Pregaming with Bordzy, brought to you by Bet365, 19 plus. Please play responsibly, because say it with me, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Joined this evening by one Oilers Nation contributor, Sean Panganiban, for an at-home show for the first time ever. Pangs, I've never gotten a look into your home before, so I mean, you can pick up your laptop, you can give the whole chat an entire tour of your house, or just tell the folks where you are. And I like the look. Who do you got behind you? Which Oilers?
Mark Messier, actually, in 1991, signed to Touchon there. My mom was friends with his aunt, so she got that. I've had that for a long time, and I need to get a better frame, but thank you for noticing, and I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, first time doing it virtual, I'm not going to lie. It's cold outside, so hey, I don't mind being at home.
Absolutely, brother. Really taking advantage of these at-home shows. He said, final 30-minute. We'll be back to 60 minutes during the week. Let me enjoy my last little bit of at-home shows, everybody. And once again, snowy as shit. But I told Pangs, my roads outside my house, they're getting plowed right now. So I'm feeling good. But Pangs, I haven't seen you or talked to you since Christmas. So I guess, yeah, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. What'd you do over the Christmas break? Did you celebrate New Year's or do anything?
Yeah, no, it was good. The holidays were good. Got together with friends, family, wife. She's from Drayton Valley, home of Shoddy Mills. And yeah, went there, had some party. The in-laws had a party. And then, yeah, New Year's, just went to a friend's, had some dinner, saw some fireworks in Sherwood Park at 8 o'clock, and then just went back to the house. So, yeah, it was a great time.
Were you talking about the fireworks right over at Festival Place at 8 p.m.?
Yeah, 100%.
I was watching that from my couch because I can see it. As I shouldn't be doxing myself and giving out my address, but I'll say it's somewhere around Festival Place in Sherwood Park. I was watching the Oiler game and I was like, is somebody shooting off guns? And I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, it's the 8 p.m. of fireworks they do here in Sherwood Park. Shout out, Happy New Year, everybody. Let's get caught up in the chat quickly. Austin, he's back. He says, guess who's back again? Austin's back. Tell a friend, guess who's back? Bordzy's back, baby. Fire up this fucking band. It's a Saturday matinee, not a snooze fest. Dre, he's in. Let's fucking go. Cup, yeah, Pang.
Cup, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And then Andrew, this bit has gone too far because I tell you, I get it from Oilers Nation every day. There's no audio. Augers is in. He says, let's go Oilers. Lance with a cup, yeah, himself.
Cup, yeah.
Nathan's in. Happy New Year's, everyone. Hoping we all had a good one. And then Loose Leaf said, fashionably late with Bordzy. Oh, never mind. They got it. 30 minutes with Bordzy. And then Davin, hoping the best for the next gen line. That's right. I think it's next gen game for the Edmonton Oilers, like in game. And then we all know the possibility of a kid line. But first things first, shout out the Nation Vacation. Come on it. March 2026. Feels weird to say that is our current year. Save your spot today with just a 20% deposit at nationgear.ca. We've got a variety of packages available. And Pangs, you know better than anyone, it is going to be a good time. But in the year of 2000, in the new year, I guess I should say, of 2026, we're seeing some new-ish faces back in the lineup for the Edmonton Oilers, as both Isaac, the Iceman, Howard, and Quinn Hudson were recalled from Bakersfield and are both expected to play this afternoon. Now, Chris Knobloch would not 100% confirm any lineup decisions, but we did get a little sneak peek into what really excites a lot of people, including yours truly, Brett. If you want to throw it up, it's the possibility of a kid line. So, for news of note, Vasily Podkolzin yesterday had an illness going down, so he wasn't out on the ice. Andrew Mangiapane was a little bit of a placeholder for him, which I think tells you about his standing with this current Edmonton Oilers roster. Your third line, Freddie, Rico, Janmark. Yep, we know, whatever. But then the fourth line, Isaac Howard with Matt Savoy playing the 4C or 3C, depending however you want to look at it, with Quinn Hudson on the wing. So once again, not confirmed, but it should be in a minute or two, as that's kind of also a reason we went for the 30-minute option. Brett, I want you to throw up Isaac Howard's stats in the AHL, because he's been lighting it up ever since he's been out there. 23 points, 10 goals in 16 games. We knew before he went on this trip down into Bakersfield in the AHL that he was kind of asked, what did the Oilers tell you to work on? And it was basically just play my game, build some confidence, tear it up on the power play, be a first-line guy, be a guy who's playing in all kinds of situations. And then on the other side, Quinn Hudson, Brett, if you want to throw his numbers up as well, these are a thing of beauty to look at. In 26 games in the AHL, he's got 19 goals, 13 apples, 32 points. This is much like Howard, his second stint up with the big club with the Edmonton Oilers. So who knows when you look at those three with Matt Savoy playing the center position as well, a spot that isn't his natural position, but hey, I want to see it, man. I made the argument that, dude, come on. It's January 3rd. It's game 42 of the NHL season. It's an afternoon matinee. There's next gen stuff going on. Just do it, Nobby. Just give us what we all want to see. Pangs, I'm curious, how do you feel about it? Once again, it should be confirmed in a couple minutes here, but the possibility, or I could just say, oh, yeah, it is. Tony Brar, 17 seconds ago. Yeah. Howard, Savoy, Hudson will skate as a line versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Pangs, you excited? Because I am.
I'm really excited. Before we really knew what the lineup, the roster was going to be, I projected a line. I said, put Howard and Hudson on the wings of Adam Henrique. I didn't want to go full kid line, but when I heard it was the kid line, oh man, do I want to see that. You got Matt Savoy down the middle, who is defensively responsible. He's got the wheels to play center. You got two like-minded players on your wings there. I'm really excited for that kid line today.
I see. Good point in here from Dave. Oh, wait, nope. That's Veronica just loving Connor McDavid, of course, as we do. Whoops, finger slipped. Dave said kid line needs more than 8 minutes. Once again, that's the debate. We know the Edmonton Oilers. We know Chris Knobloch. We'll see how much we actually see these guys, but I think in this attempt to get a spark in the bottom six, any sliver of offense, beggars cannot be choosers right now. I think, the call up to bring up both of these kids, Max Jones, sadly enough, pour one out for him. He gets sent back down to Bakersfield. But I think this is a clear attempt here from Nobby to just say, hey, these two kids, they've been working in the AHL on a top line together. Let's throw them with a guy who they've had comfortability with in one Matt Savoy, and let's see what happens. Ike Howard, though, he did catch up with the media yesterday talking about his time in Bakersfield and kind of the comparison of, he played 17 games in the NHL earlier this season. I laugh. He has the exact same stat line, 2 goals, 1 assist, as Trent Frederick in 23 left hockey games. Trent Frederick, I might add with you, but he caught up with the media and kind of talking about where he is now compared to the start of the season. Brett, let's take a listen.
Yeah, I was just excited to get down there and start a different chapter in my pro career, and I think it was great. Everyone down in that locker room was awesome. The coaching staff, they made it pretty easy to mesh with that group quickly, and it was awesome. Yeah, it feels different in a way. Like it's just way more in the flow of the season. Played a lot of games now to where it kind of feels like the call-up's different than my first NHL game. There's just less emotion. Feels more like another game, which I think is good. Just go out there and play hockey. It's the same thing. So obviously I was still really excited, but it feels like I have more experience now and maybe more calmness coming back up.
Like hearing that. So he's going to be, once again, it's your second stint. It's still his rookie season in the NHL. There were a lot of expectations for Howard, but let's let the Iceman go at his own pace. And then secondly, I love the flow from the Iceman. I like the look that he's not cutting his hair. Brett, I know you brought the clip in, so why don't we find a way to work it in him during his NHL draft? This guy's just oozing with aura, as the kids say.
Yeah, I think, I'm the best looking guy here, and I dress the best, just to impress, so.
I love this kid, man. Everything about him, the Iceman. I know Wanye at Oilers Nation, he's without a doubt, I think, the Iceman's #1 fan. But Ike Howard and his development, right, it's one thing. He's a highly touted prospect. He won the Hobey Baker, and there were expectations. But the other guy, Quinn Hudson, his he's turning heads here this season and really started in training camp, because we got to look at Quinn Hudson. Remember, 2 games at the end of last season. And I think the way I would describe him then was raw. There's definitely some talent there. We know the bloodline, obviously, with his brother playing over in Montreal, but his journey up to the NHL feels like it's on speed burst right now, because it has been fast. You look at that player at the end of last season, he was not ready to be a call-up in the NHL. And then this year, training camp, he made it hard for them to send him down to the AHL, and he's been lighting it up. We just looked at his numbers in the AHL. He didn't look out of place up here with Edmonton in the big club for his one stint earlier this season. He scored a goal as well. I love it that we, the Oilers, we've been talking about getting younger for a very, very long time. We've heard the rumors that Connor McDavid may even have mentioned to the Oilers staff that, hey, we need to make an active effort to get younger. But Quinn Hudson, Ike Howard, what they've done in the AHL is they've just completely forced Chris Knobloch's hand, and then obviously combine that with the lack of any amount of scoring in the bottom 6. Quinn Hudson, he also spoke to the media yesterday, kind of talking about his second call-up and the speed of his progression up to the NHL. So, Brett, let's take a listen to that one, too.
Yeah, I think obviously the scoring confidence in Bakersfield. I think me and Howie and Szymanski, we've just been playing great together, and I think we've been stringing together a lot of good games.
What were your primary takeaways from your last call?
I think, just obviously playing the role I was playing, just getting out there and proving what I could do and playing a safe game, and I think maybe it showed, and I back up here now again, just going to do the same thing and just show that I could play. Yeah, no, I think just keep working hard. Like, obviously, I came to Edmonton for a reason. I think there's a path for me here, and maybe the path is moving faster than I thought, getting called up twice already. But, yeah, I think just keep going down there and working hard and not getting down on myself and just stay confident.
Chose the Edmonton Oilers for a reason. I like this one from Jeremy in here, and let's play the game. He says the over-under, what's the line on the ice time for the kid line? Pangs, what do you think? Like 8 minutes? 8 minutes is the line?
I really, like you mentioned, it's next gen day at Rogers Place. I really hope Knobloch goes with that. I want to say that he's going to give him 11 minutes. I'm being conservative. Like, even I wish they'd have 14. I can't see him doing 8. I don't know. I'm going to go with 11.
I hope it's that amount. And it's, once again, you look at whoever's writing the lines. You've seen it different swaps where Rico and Freddie Janmark, that is the fourth line. And then we know Matt Savoy, he's not your stereotypical fourth line player. None of Ike Howard, Quinn Hudson, or Matt Savoy are. So I'm very interested to see how Chris Knobloch plays this one. That also means one Jack Roslovic is going to be playing up at the big club. Brett, do we have that tweet as well? I guess we mentioned it on the last post game. I know it was mentioned on ONE as well, but shout out to our boy Zachary Lang, because it was Knobloch in the post game. He said on Jack Roslovic, looks like we need him in the top 6, having him up there, being a bit more dangerous, giving Leon a little more support. I think that's important. As much as we want to get a third line and get something rolling there, I think having your best players supported with good players is something that we have to look at. Come on. Leon Draisaitl, his entire career, I feel like, has been spent with the Edmonton Oilers making gold out of, you would say, not gold. And now Jack Roslovic, keep him up there. But let's go quickly. Need to know info brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, because only the finest tasting meat products earn that Wilhauk name. Made from 100% Alberta beef, their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to a savory perfection. They gladly fill orders of any size, and you can find their jerky, sausage, and other products out of their Leduc location. Head on over to WilhaukBeefJerky.com. So we've got a confirmed lineup. Shout out to our boy Tony Boir. Shout out to producer Brett Holden behind the scenes. Throw it up for me. Bert, Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, Pods, Draisaitl, Roslovic. So Vasily Podkolzin, he missed practice yesterday with an illness. You can't keep a good guy like Pods down. He will be in the lineup. Then your third line, Janmark, Rico, Freddie. Your fourth, the kid line, Ike Howard, Matt Savoy, Quinn Hudson. Your D pairings, they stay the same from the last game. Ekholm with Bush, Nurse with Regula, Spencer Stastny with Ty Emerson. I mentioned pour one out for Max Jones as he got sent down to Bakersfield. Curtis Lazar, he is a healthy scratch tonight. And then Connor McDavid, it was the month of all months. It was insane to watch Connor McDavid. We've been blessed for how many years now at this point, and he finished that month absolutely on a stretch that I don't know if we've ever seen before. He finishes on a 14-game point streak, 13 goals, 21 apples, 34 points over that stretch. It's unbelievable. And just because that month ends and we head into the new year does not mean the point streak has to end. And then on the other side, Zach Hyman has been on fire recently. I believe he has 10 goals in his last 11 games. He's riding a 6-game point streak. Bet365 adjusted to Zach Hyman as well. I don't like it. He's minus 220 to get a point. Edmonton has earned a point against Philly in 6 of their last 8 matchups, going 5-2-1 in that span. They also beat Philly earlier on this season, 2-1 in November. Bush and Jack Roslovic scored, while Dan Vladar, he was unreal, had a .935. And then for the Oilers, expect Calvin Pickard to be in the net. For the Flyers, they own a 20-12-7 record. They are 3rd in the Metro Division. And you look at their head-to-head numbers between there with the Edmonton Oilers. Brett, you're always consistent in saying the Oilers, they lead the offense and the opposition leads the defense, but especially for the Philadelphia Flyers. So they're 20th in goals per game, but they're 9th in goals allowed. They're 29th on the power play, but they are 8th on the penalty kill. Offense, not that great. Defense, very good. And once again, they're getting some good goaltending from one Dan Vladar. Trevor Zegras, though, talk about a bounce-back season. Talk about finding a new destination and being kind of refreshed. He's a point-per-game player this season. He's got 15 goals, 24 apples, 39 points in exactly 39 games. Then there's Travis Konechny. He might not be on Team Canada, which I am very, very happy about, but he has 13 goals, 23 assists. I think he's 36 points in 39 games. And then Christian Dvorak, his first season with the Flyers, it's been a good relationship thus far. He's got 25 points in his first season and is the top line center for the Flyers. And then we expect Dan Vladar to be in the crease. 14-6-3 record, 2.40 goals against with a .910 save percentage. And as we mentioned, only allowed 2 in the last matchup against the Oilers. Now, give a quick shout out, Oodle Noodle. Come on. It's cold. It's snowy. Pangs. We just talked about it. Beautiful at-home show tonight. Damn it. There's the first one this afternoon. There's my first bugaboo of the day. Thinking about ordering some Oodle Noodle, and the chat should be as well. Download their app today. Available at the App Store or the Google Play Store. Take advantage of the $2 deal. You know it. You love it. Oodle Noodle. They are the best. But what I want to talk about, so we entered 2026, and the Edmonton Oilers in January are about to play a lot of hockey. They will play 15 total games in January, 11 of which will be on home ice. There you see it indicated with the blue. So Edmonton has gone 10-4-3 on home ice this season, which is only a total of 17 games, which actually ranks dead last in the entire NHL. But in January, they're going to play at Rogers Place 11 separate times. And we know this about the Edmonton Oilers. Historically, everything is better at home. The power play cooks better. The goaltending improves. The point nights, you can say, are much more frequent. Not to mention that historically, right after Christmas, this is when the Edmonton Oilers find their footing and they start to go. Over the last 3 seasons, in January, the Edmonton Oilers have gone 29-5-3. It's unbelievable. And this month, yes, that's a lot of hockey games to play. There are only 2 sets of back-to-back games. And then, Brett, throw up the calendar one more time, because if you look at some of these matchups to start it off, once again, games are not played on paper, and I understand this, but I would argue that the Oilers will be favored in the vast majority of these games. You look at the first group of them: Philly, Nashville, they're favored. Winnipeg, they're favored. LA, they're favored. Chicago, they're favored. Nashville, they're favored. I think the Islanders, which is crazy that that's the one that makes me second guess a little bit, but I think the Oilers are favored. Vancouver, same story. St. Louis, Jersey, Pittsburgh. Maybe by the time you get to Washington, I think on Bet365, the Oilers might be, once again, knock on wood, a lot can change. But you look at this on January 3rd, the day we are today, and this is a point in the season where I think the Oilers can go on a serious run. There's a big stretch for the Oil in the new year in January, Pangs. And do you kind of agree with me? This is an area they should win a lot of hockey games.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things. I think it's just turning the calendar year, and they put the pedal to the metal, for a team. And we talk about it all the time, who has gone to the conference finals the last 2 years. It's hard to get up for a random Tuesday against Columbus and give it your all. But you turn the page, new year. Hey, the playoffs are in reach. And for the Oilers too, like you mentioned, they have a ton of games at home, and you get to sleep in your own bed. You're not traveling. You're not losing sleep. You're not sleeping next to Matthias Janmark on the road, who seems like a big snorer. You're getting good rest. And for the Oilers, it is time for them to start banking some points, and I feel they will.
Play along in the chat. Who do you think is the loudest snorer on the Edmonton Oilers? Because that's something I've never necessarily thought about. One of them has to suffer from sleep apnea. It's more common than you think. Waz is in here. He says, I love how jam-packed the schedule is, but not a single game on a Wednesday. I love Brett, the radio DJ that we have behind the... Yeah, Waz, I guess no Wednesday game. I like the consistency that, obviously, I'm a man who works pre and post. I like following a little bit of a routine when I can, and I like it here in January for the Oilers. Let's quickly go now. Goaltender head-to-head matchup, courtesy of our friends at Dog Patch. We'll be back January 10th. I believe that's, it's 7 days from now. It's next Saturday. Brett, the ON crew, we're going to be back down at Dog Patch, and I don't know this, but they tend to change their menu a lot. And you would think in 2026, they might be adding some new things on there. As Pangs, I can officially say, I have cleaned out the Dog Patch menu. I'd recommend literally everything, but as a guy who lives there, keep it refreshed, Actually, the only thing I haven't had is, I think it's the borscht. The borscht.
I know. Yes. I regret it. I wish I went with it. Yeah.
We got to be better. But Brett, throw it up. Fill the tape between the two goaltenders. Calvin Pickard confirmed for the Oilers, taking on one Dan Vladar. Now, Pickard, those to the untrained eye, you would say are dreadful numbers for one goaltender. I, a fan of Pickard for this entire season, goes, hell yeah, baby. We're below 4 goals against. We're up to an .874 save percentage because in Pickard's last game, he was unbelievable. We often talk about the Oilers getting goalied by the opposition, but in that one against the Winnipeg Jets, Calvin Pickard goalied the Jets. They played good in that hockey game. He stopped 41 of 42, thoroughly outplaying Connor Hellebuck, the reigning MVP of the NHL. I think that game, I hope it's a huge confidence boost for Calvin Pickard because we know it's in there. We've seen him play like that several times before. We all make the jokes and the argument that I don't know what it is. Fear is the ultimate motivator. His career has to be on the line for Calvin Pickard to figure it out. But we did get Chris Knobloch after Wednesday's hockey game, post-game. He mentioned Tristan Jarry going to be out till at least mid-January. We know what that means. So it's still going to be your Ingram, Calvin Pickard duo. And I think, play the hot hand. Connor Ingram, his last game, I think was definitely, I'll say, the stinkiest of the bunch so far for him. And Pickard, he's coming off his best game of the season. I think the choice was obvious in this one. Let's go Picks. And then on the other side, Dan Vladar, he's got good numbers. And his career against the Oilers, he also has good numbers with a .923 save percentage. Pangs, thoughts on the goaltending matchup?
Yeah, absolutely. If it wasn't for Calvin Pickard with his huge game against the Winnipeg Jets last time he played, I think we'd be going into this game talking about a 3-game losing streak for the Oilers. He was absolutely amazing last game and probably the best of the season. So for Calvin Pickard, it's going to be between him and Ingram until Tristan Jarry comes back. It's going to be a net minders duel, I think, for the backup job. So for Calvin Pickard, this game today, every single game counts because it's almost like his job is on the line. So I'm expecting big things from Calvin Pickard today and moving forward as well.
It's audition time for these two. And obviously Connor Ingram started out hot. So again, he's only played, 4 games for the Edmonton Oilers. Give him some time, but hey, it is play the hot hand. It is if you play unreal, I think you keep the net. And then if you win, you keep the net. It might be as simple as that, but we know it never is with our boy Chris Knobloch. Quickly, the away lineup are brought to you by the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament. Registration is still open and it's going down 20 days from now. 23rd to the 25th. Head on over to nationgear.ca. Sign up should be an unbelievable time. Brett, throw it up for me. The Flyers lineup led by a top line of Trevor Zegras, Christian Dvorak, and Travis Konechny. They've been unreal. Then your second line, Denver Barkey, Sean Couturier, and one Owen Tippett. Matvei Michkov on the third line with Noah Cates and Bobby Brink. Cal Grunstrom with Rodrigo Abels. And Garnet Hathaway, keep your eyes on him. Remember the last time the Oilers played the Flyers, it was their fourth line. I believe Nick Delorier as well, just being, I'll say it, absolute piece of shit on the ice, as they should. I mean that in the most endearing way possible. They were mucking it up. And then your deep pairings, Cam York with Travis Sanheim, Emil Andre with Jamie Drysdale, and then Nick Seeler with Rasmus Ristolainen. And in that last game, Nick Seeler, he was all over Connor McDavid. He was playing physical. I made the joke that if you told me that was Travis Sanheim in that game, I would have believed you. Obviously, Travis Sanheim, I guess, bangs. He makes Team Canada. He'll be on the roster. One Travis Konechny will not. It's tough for me. We had Anthony DeMarco, who's contributor for Daily Faceoff on the Oilers Nation every day yesterday, and he kind of talked about Sanheim and just that he said he's a number two. He's not maybe your ultimate number one guy on a team, but he's the best number two guy you could ever ask for. Incredibly consistent, and that's why he thinks he made the Team Canada roster. Not to mention Rick Tocchet is also an assistant coach on Team Canada. He's a consistent big guy. I'm not all that impressed. Obviously, my bias brings in, and I'm go, man, just give me Evan Bouchard on that team. But I digress. Travis Konechny also not going to be on the roster, but having a good season. Pangs, if you had to pick, who's your player to watch on the Philadelphia Flyers this afternoon?
You know what? When you said the name Denver Barkey, my ears perked up because I'm like, who the heck is that? That's kind of a cool name. But I'm going to go with Travis Konechny, the guy that you mentioned, just because he's having a great season. He's kind of an in-your-face type of player that can put up points. And for him being left off the Team Canada roster for the Olympics, he might be full of piss and vinegar, as they say. So he might be having a good game this afternoon.
Yeah, I could see that. I think I'm just going to keep it simple with Trevor Zegras. This has been great for him, great for the Flyers. He needed to get out of Anaheim and just needed to get a fresh start somewhere else. And you wouldn't necessarily think that one Rick Tocchet would be the healthy marriage for that, because you look at some of the struggles that Matvei Michkov has kind of run into here, which, once again, Michkov's going to be fine. I also believe he has a good history in a short amount of time as scoring against the Edmonton Oilers. So maybe him for an anytime goal this afternoon. But my player to watch is going to be Trevor Zegras. Quickly, Bordzy's Bankroll brought to you by Bet365. 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Download the app today, because whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Now, Pangs, I'm curious. I want your opinion. So, Bordzy, I'm kind of soft sometimes. I'm playing a little bit scared. Bankroll has been doing well this season. I keep going to Connor McDavid 3+ shots. Now, I'm being soft with it because it's minus 220. And do I dare tease it up to 4+, maybe even 5+? Because in his last couple games, Connor McDavid, let me tell you, he's had 9. He had 1. Ignore that. 7, 6, 5, 6 shots on goals in his last 6 games played. He's been ripping the puck for the entire month of December. But then there's part of fear in me that's like, well, December's over. We're moving over to January. You decide for me. Am I going 3 shots or 4 shots for Connor?
Bump it up to 4. Let's go. Bump it up.
I don't think I gave you much of an option there. I think you had to say bump it up.
No, you know what? My reasoning behind that, I just took a look. Like, last game, 9 shots. Jeremy Swayman had his number. Connor McDavid was absolutely flying last game, and he only got an assist. So I think this afternoon, Connor McDavid is just going to be thinking shoot, shoot, shoot. So I think you're good at 4 shots on net.
Okay, I did it. Okay, I'm just redoing it here on Bet365. He's plus 115 for 4 shots on goal. Then the second option, Jack Roslovic, 2+ at minus 140. He had 3 and 3 in his last 2 games. He's obviously going to be stapled next to Leon Draisaitl. I think that's a crazy line from Bet365 at minus 140. And then he's going to be playing on that line. He's playing great. He's got 3+ shots in back-to-back games. He has a point in back-to-back games as well. So at plus 105, let's ride with our boy Jack Roslovic. And if I redo this with Connor McDavid 4 shots, that's a plus 600 Bordzy's bankroll. I feel dangerously good about this one. I feel really good about anything Jack Roslovic. Brett or Pangs, do either of you guys have anything on Bet365? Or Pangs, if you don't, who would you bet on for an anytime goal scorer? Give me a score prediction.
The boy that you're just talking about right now, Jack Roslovic, he's been hot the last couple games. He's been sniping, and he should feel really good about his shot. And the fact that he's getting the bump to the second line with Leon Draisaitl, I think Roslovic's the guy.
Cheeks Clap is in and says, I have the exact same bankroll. Uh-oh, do we just become best friends? Brett, what are you thinking?
I do have a spider, but I'm not going to say it because I've been saying every other one, so it's kind of like reverse, luck. I don't want to put it out there in the universe. If it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I will say I do think the Oilers will win this game 5-2 from who?
I'm the best looking guy here.
Mike Howard, baby. He's going to get one, pot one. I think this kid line's going to be buzzing tonight.
The best. Damn it. Now, I guess Leon Draisaitl has the monopoly on best looking guy in the Edmonton Oilers, but Isaac Howard is making his way up there. Plus 600 for the Iceman to score an anytime goal like that. Plus 3,500 for the first goal. Let's go. Okay, for me, I'm going to say 4-2 for the Edmonton Oilers. Picks allows 2, but I think he's going to have another solid game. He plays good with his life on the line. But that'll do it for us for pregame in a quick 30-minute edition. Puck drop should be coming. I think it's a 1:37. So you got a couple minutes. Get comfy on the couch. Order some Oodle Noodle and place your bets on Bet365. Pangs, appreciate getting a look inside your home. And we will get another look inside your home on Oilersnation After Dark in the afternoon at the conclusion of this hockey game, where hopefully we are breaking down an Edmonton Oilers W and maybe a plus 600 win on Bordzy's bankroll. I feel dangerously good about this, but I've said that a couple times this season. Shout out to you. Shout out to Brett, everybody in the chat. Throw down your courtesy like on the way out. Make sure you are subscribed, and we will talk in a couple of hours. Good luck in the Bet365 Battlegrounds. Peace out. And talk in a bit.